Morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, I believe, to be around August 20th. Don't quote me on this. You know me and my dates. I'm never any good. But it is the last few weeks of August. And as you can see, it is pouring rain here in Ottawa. We've got so much rain this year. I can't even tell you how high the river is. It is so crazy. I have not been able to take Dawson down there because the water is just moving way too quickly. And yeah, he would get washed downstream. Now I know I just got him the life jacket, but you still don't want your dog going downstream. So there is that. Yeah, I got a call last night from a very good friend of mine, and we have been friends since the convoy. Kind of all ties into my superhero video that I did maybe about a month ago. Um, because I have a lot of superheroes in my life. I kind of focused on my family in the first video. This one I want to kind of focus on. I when I first came to Ottawa, I was just getting sober, so there's that. But it is literally just 4 months before the Freedom Convoy had come to Ottawa. So the timing of everything was really pertinent to me. And I really didn't believe there was anybody who was left on the planet that wasn't vaccinated, because here in Canada it was really, really pushed. So where I ended up was in like a rooming house, although the person that owned the house was just kind of renting out a couple of rooms, so it wasn't like your typical rooming house. And the guy that owned the house was not vaccinated, and he was really amazing to me. Thank you so much for showing me that I was not the only one who was unvaccinated. I was not the only one who were having all these thoughts about the government and its mandates for the vaccine, and 6 feet apart and mask up, all these things I was questioning. And he really he brought me to a few events that was even before the convoy. He himself was a postal worker. I'm not using names here because I don't have permission. So but he was a postal worker, and ultimately lost his job because of the vaccine. So he's currently working again now, as far as I know. But this was a very first big step for me when I moved to Ottawa. So, but during the convoy, I met this trucker. We did the adoptive trucker thing, and I'm gonna put some pictures on my channel because it's kind of crazy what happened. He had a dump truck that he had driven here, and needed a place to stay, whatever. Anyways, the neighbors didn't appreciate his participation in the convoy. So what had happened is, overnight, they blocked in his truck. They parked on either side of his truck because he was parked on the street, and they parked so close to the front bumper and so close to the back bumper that he could not leave. So this is just so crazy how incredible Ottawa was at this time. So the bylaw has to come, right? So the bylaw calls the tow trucks, because they're going to have to tow these two vehicles. And as it turns out, it is one person who owns both vehicles. And so they're annoyed now that their vehicles are being towed. So what do? They jump in one vehicle and refuse to get out. Wild times. Like, it just boggles my brain how this was even a thing, but I'm factual information. This is what happened. Okay, so now the tow truck drivers, they're not allowed to tow a vehicle with somebody inside it. So they have to call the police. 6 police cars, 2 tow trucks, 2 bylaw vehicles, and their employees. Later, they actually charged the neighbor with obstruction and a few other things. Anyways, it was wild how Canadian people participated in this brainwashing. They literally thought that these people were domestic terrorists, are truck drivers who are literally driving you all your everythings from the grocery stores to the Amazon warehouses, everything. And I mean, during COVID, the lockdowns were insane. We lost so many little businesses, mom and pop stores, the whole 9 yards, that to think that these truck drivers were domestic terrorists is just absolutely 100% liberal brainwashing. Anyways, crazy times in our lives. And so both these people, super amazing individuals, and I love you so much. So along with the superhero thing, I've met so many people that are just incredible. Like during the convoy, literally the love you felt was something on a completely different level. I don't expect to feel that kind of energy ever again. Even though we've tried to replicate it several times over the last 6 years, it just really hasn't turned out that way. I met somebody who did some amazing things for me, like my teeth, things I could never even begin. I mean, it's so crazy when you can manifest stuff just from being happy and in a place of gratitude. I can't stress enough. Every day you will hear me say how grateful I am to be alive. It is definitely like I died and or another person came into my. I am so different from that person that I was 6 years ago. I can't even believe it's almost been 6 years. So that's the other thing that's happening in my life right now, is as of the end of August, my birthday in fact, it'll have been 5 years since I have been sober. So how crazy. So I think that's another reason why I've been doing these videos on addiction, is because that's all coming into my perception. 2019, I actually quit smoking cigarettes. I couldn't even tell you the date. It was sometime in October, because it was just kind of irrelevant. I felt like it was all propaganda meant to keep us broke and addicted and sacrificing our health in the process. So I just thought, how dare they do this to me when I know everything they say about smoking is probably 100% bullshit. Like, you're going to be miserable, you're going to be sick, nobody's going to want to be around you because you're going to be so miserable. That you're not even going to be able to handle life itself, stress, you're going to eat so much, you're going to get fat, all these things. I just thought, bullshit. I am strong enough to catch these things, I'm smart enough, question everything. I mean, I've kind of rambled on for a little bit longer than I wanted to this morning, but still pouring rain. I'm still in my pajamas, still drinking coffee. It's like it's still early in the morning, and I just I really felt like I needed to come in and talk about a few more of my superheroes. So I love you all, and thank you for subscribing to my channel and listening to me rant. And I will be dropping some of those pictures on my channel, because it was such an incredible time in my life, and I really like to share it with everybody. So if you could like, share, and subscribe, comment, talk to me. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day, everybody. Happy Wednesday.